So here we are looking for some pallets, and there's a big old stack of pallets here in this area, and I can choose what I want. Some of this stuff is pretty nasty, as you can see. Some of this stuff is blue. I definitely don't want the blue ones. The blue ones, I believe, belong to certain people, but anyway, I'm not really certain about the blue ones. I've never taken any colored ones, but if you keep looking, you can see what's available. This stuff can be cleaned up, but you don't want to get something like this. It's all nasty. You want something that's pretty decent. Here is a prime example of a good pallet, and this pallet is going to make our project, I believe, since it's got some nice 2x4s right there and some really nice wide pieces of wood. So hopefully this is going to be one. Now my only problem is how am I going to get it in there? I mean, come on. Oh wait, I have an idea. So there we go. I didn't really want to do it this way, but I guess necessity is the mother of invention. So anyway, I guess the thing to do is get it back to the shop now. Okay, so we've got this pallet in here. Now what we have to do is take it apart. I use various techniques to take it apart. Some people use a crowbar. I have a crowbar. We can probably try one. We'll see. First thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to get this chisel that I use all the time and go ahead and try to separate these. Just by wedging the chisel in and kind of hitting it back and forth. Eventually, you'll get the nails out. And this one looks like it's working out really good. It's starting to separate. Now, I got it done a little bit here. I'm going to have to do it down here and down there. So, as far as taking the pallet apart, I'm going to work on this thing and get it apart. And it looks like I probably am going to use a pry bar to get it to pry off, since I don't have much leverage with this thing. But it is coming apart, and it doesn't seem to be messing it up too much. Now, I got a little bit of a distance in here, and now I might be able to hit the wood back in and possibly be able to pop the nails out with the claw of the hammer. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but this is enough to where I can actually take, and I won't need the crowbar, and just pull the nails out. I'll pick those up later. Of course, I got to pick up my hammer. So there's the first board almost removed. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and turn it around. There you go. So now this one's pretty ratty, but that's okay. I just wanted to try this one first to see what it's going to be like. We can probably clean this up. So I'm going to take these nails out before I forget and step on them. go. There's our first board. And there it is. The pallet is broken down. I got 3 2x4s out of it, and then all those other boards, which should be enough to build our Upcycle Challenge project. Anyway, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of wood that's actually 2 of them, one for the front and one for the back. It's about 12 inches wide. And that's 2 of them, pretty much the same size, good enough. Notice there's a nail here, so I'll have to redo this one. Oh, so I guess that one's garbage. I guess I could have taken it out, but I'm going to go ahead and pass on it, and then just go ahead and recut this again. And there we are. All right, so here is the piece that I kind of, I guess, etched out so that I can take it over to the bandsaw and cut it. So let's go to the bandsaw and cut it. And there is the cut product. I figured I wouldn't bore you guys by showing you how the blade cut it out and stuff. I think you can figure that out. Anyway, let's go on to the next step. One other thing, the pivot points, I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but I drilled a bunch of pivot points like that. You probably only need this one, and I just did it just for the sake of it, but you might not have to drill those out that way. So I got the pivots working well. Well, they were kind of smooth. Make sure that you sand it down so that if moisture makes the wood swell, then they'll still pivot well. I also used a nail. Yeah, the nail was from the pallet. I drilled 1 inch down. Ignore that one. I drilled 1 inch down from the top, and that's where I'll put the nail, and then I'll glue it in some form so that it'll pivot. And here's the levers on the pivot points. I still have to make sure the pivot points are fastened down. That's okay as far as play. That's okay. Like I said, if it's too tight, if it swells with moisture, it might be a problem, but nobody's going to be dunking it in the bathtub, are they? Anyway, on the pivot points, I went ahead and countersunk the place where the nail goes so that it would fit flushly up against the next one. And since that's how I cut it, then that's how it needed to be flush. So I did that to all of them, and there we are. So now the next thing to do is make the bottom, the top, and possibly the sides for this. Now I picked the best looking wood, and I'm putting best in air quotes, but I think that's going to be a really pretty looking if I decide to finish it off. But anyway, I'll also have to cut some pieces like so that the little mole will go up through the hole. But anyway, for now I think I'll just cut the boards to length, and we'll see where it goes from there. So what I did now is I put a bottom on this thing. Went ahead and used a clamp to hold all the pieces together so I can screw them in. At this point I needed to make the little heads, or kind of like little pistons, and I made these little pieces of wood. This is just a template, but I made these little pieces of wood. I guess this piece is the only piece that is not part of the pallet, so I went ahead and used it anyway because I didn't feel like putting this on the lathe and, you know, doing a round rod. Once I have those pieces, so what I have to do is drill where the piston is and where it connects to the levers. Once I have the pieces drilled, I take another nail, again this one's still from the pallet, and I put holes in it like I did, and then just push the nail through and cut the end of the nail off. So that's basically what I end up doing to make this work like a little piston. Alright, so there it is. All I got to do now is put the side covers on, and this thing will be ready to rock. Well, thank you for watching. That's my entry in the 2017 Pallet Upcycle Challenge. Hope you enjoyed my whack-a-mole box. Wow, how'd that get in there? Anyway, thanks for watching.